Hey doing, Jersey? Welcome to Ledger Live. This is Brian Donohue. I'm following Governor John Corzine with my camera here as he makes his way to the State Assembly Chamber to deliver the State of the State address. And I'm trying to make sure that I don't get an elbow from one of these state troopers guarding the governor. This feels a little bit like a boxer heading towards the ring. Na 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 na. Hey, up there on the right, that is Red Mascara handing out gumdrops. Red has been trying to get the legislature to pass a law making a song he wrote, the state song.
I'm from New Jersey and I want to shout it.
Got to get one of those gumdrops. Ooh, guess they're not for me.
Every time you do this for me.
Red gets his man. Note to the governor and all politicians, do not eat chewy candy moments before giving a big speech.
I think you're trying to keep me from talking.
Still chewing.
They're good, though.
All right, you're going in.
It's fitting on this 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, we conclude with his hope. With firmness in the right as God gives us to see that right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in.
All right, the speech is over. Let's catch up with Star Ledger columnist Paul Mulshine for his take on things.
You see this? This is a cup of coffee. You know what you can't find after 3 p.m. in Trenton? You can't find a cup of coffee. Do you know why? Because all the public employees have gone home. This is cold coffee. I bought this an hour and a half ago. That gives you an idea of what it's like for these public employees. They're out of here. There's a rush hour going out. By 4 o'clock, the rush hour's over. And I'm not kidding about the coffee. I'll be desperate. Another 20 minutes when I finish this coffee. I want more coffee. It won't be there. So, when you talk about the governor's state of the state, that's the state of the state. It's a state in which the public employees get everything and the public gets nothing. And his speech, basically, he gave this big spiel. The gist of it was that we're broke. We're like a wino in the alley of the old Bowery, only we want to drink champagne. We want Moet and Chandon. He gives this whole spiel. We're broke, we're going to do this, we're going to cut back that, and at the end he goes, and we got to have universal preschool. Now, how, if we're broke, can we add a service that is going to cause property taxes to skyrocket all over the state? So at the end of his speech, he basically discredited every word that had gone before. He was making this big spiel about fiscal responsibility, and then he sort of let the inner Corzine express itself, which is the need for a new expensive service that causes us to have to hire thousands more public employees of the type who, as I mentioned, don't work past 3 p.m. So that's about it. That's the state of the state.
Not so simple, Mulshine.
I wanted to speak to people both in the room and outside of the room, acknowledging the kind of things he's seen personally. Like he made reference to the food pantry and made reference to some of the stories he's heard from people who have really been hurt in a great way by what's happening with the national and international economy. I think also to take a look back at some of the things that he has done to explain to people kind of the principles that he governs by. That why did he invest so much in school funding and school construction and those legislative battles? It's because he cares deeply about education, protecting the most vulnerable, public safety. And so that's why some of those things are a little bit of a look back, and many of those things are still unfolding right now. I think those are also the principles that guide him as he decided how to cut the budget at the beginning of the fiscal year, how to cut it again a week and a half ago, how he'll approach the next fiscal year's budget, because there are going to be even harder decisions that are going to have to be made. So I think he wanted the people to know these are the kind of things I think are the most important things that we've got to protect to the maximum extent possible.
From the State House in Trenton, that wraps up Ledger Live. All right, Jersey, take it easy.